Welcome to Two Guys in a Podcast. I'm Tom.
And I'm Mike. And on today's show, music.
So stand by.
Shut up and sit down.
All right, Mike. Music.
So music.
Let's talk in generalities. That's a big word. Let's talk in
He's gonna read the
generalities.
dictionary.
That, what I said earlier. Music. So I think we could talk about what type of music we listen to at various different times in our, in our emotional states. What kind of music you like. When did you really start, listening to music and it meant something?
Man, I remember growing up, my mom played music all the time, all kinds of different, genres. That's the catchphrase. Back then, nobody knew what the hell a genre was. At least I don't.
Different
I don't
styles.
know that stuff,
Different styles,
right?
right?
And I remember growing up, my sister Debbie listened to different music than my sister Dar, and my brother Steven listened to different music than my brother Rusty did, than I did, than my brother Matt. It was crazy. We all lived in the same house. We all listened to kind of a different genre.
Yeah. Similar growing up, my mom played a wide range of music, but mostly, I credit her today, and I still tell her this. I credit her today. My love for music is because of of the music she played. So she played a lot of your classic rock, if you will, and
Right.
your Crosby, Stills, Nash Young, that kind of stuff. Eagles, Steely Dan, that kind of music.
Yeah.
I grew up on that kind of stuff. Plus, you listen to the 80s hair bands and all that other
So
stuff.
it's a funny story. When I was growing up, remember rap didn't come out until I want to say 78, maybe.
Yeah, but even then it
79?
was like a small little niche.
We'll have to Google that shit to see when it came out. Because the first rap song ever, I still, kind of remember it, right? So, growing up, I remember hanging out with my buddy Richard. And if he watches this, he'll crack up. We used to sit in the fort, right? In this little... I remember sitting in this little...
1979.
79. I was
Rapper's
close.
Delight.
78. That was the first rap song, right? I remember sitting in the fort. I can't remember. It was like a little room or whatever, like a treehouse kind of thing. And we were listening to AC/DC Back in Black.
Good album.
Yeah, one of the best, right? But then, as we got a little older, we started listening to rap. And then R&B and all that kind of stuff.
LL Cool J. Run DMC.
All that stuff, man. All the old
Back in
school.
the day.
NWA.
NWA.
Yeah. So it was just funny, right? Because we started out listening to, AC/DC.
Yeah. Classic rock.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
that
wasn't
still
called
that's
classic rock.
no, it's just rock.
It's
but
just rock.
yeah, I think, and again, that's I just depending on your attitude, depending on your emotional state or whatever, I could listen. There's only probably one genre that I don't really listen to much. That'd be like punk acid rock.
Like
I
that.
don't.
What do they call that? Not. I can't remember what's called. Like some kind of psychedelic music that's really squealing.
Well, the screaming and the I'm
Yeah.
not into that.
I'm not either. But
But-
if that's your.
but pretty much anything else.
Yeah, if that's your
I've
genre.
listened to, classical music, to pretty much anything with a piano, acoustical guitars, electric guitar. I mean, you name it, right? So country, rap, rock. The
So-
80s hair bands love ballads and
So this would be an
LL Cool
interesting
J, right?
thing. Let's take a look at our phones and compare
Our playlists.
our playlists.
Okay.
Recently played songs.
Okay,
All right.
let's do that.
All right. So
Well, first let me ask you this:
what's that?
do you have a overall favorite song?
No.
Okay, so I thought about this. I've been asked this question a lot, years past, just stupid conversations. And when you're sitting in a fighting hole in the Marine Corps and you got 3 hours to kill, you talk about some really stupid shit.
Right.
So, not only do I know how I would spend every single dollar in the lottery, but I also know my favorite song.
Okay.
And it took me a long time to come up with this, and this is going to sound freaking
Spit it
goofy
out,
and
dude.
shit. No, I'm building it. It's building. Taps.
Okay. It's not a song.
Yeah, it is. It's a song.
By
It's music. It's a musical
It's
arrangement.
music. It's not a song.
But to me, it means so much that to me. Now, is that the one I'm going to run out and play all the time? No. But in my head, that's the one I go to where, like, that song simplifies the emotion of music to me.
See,
Like
now,
the emotion. If you just heard taps and you had no clue what it was for,
yeah,
be like, oh, okay, yeah, great.
I
But when
get
you hear it in an emotional state,
yeah, I get goosebumps every time the national anthem plays.
yeah, that too. That's
Every
another one. I
single
mean, that's another one.
But I wouldn't say that I have a favorite, right?
I mean, other people. Oh, favorite song is
I don't.
Eminem or whatever.
I think it depends on your mood.
It is absolutely a
You wanna hear something
mood driven.
really funny?
Mood driven.
You want to hear something really funny? Many of you will not know this, and you can judge if you want to.
We don't
But-
judge here.
Yeah, we do. I do. So when I was growing up and when I was on submarines, there were two people that I used to listen to all the time when I was submarine, especially in stressful situations when I could listen to music.
Mm-hmm.
Now keep in mind, this is the late '80s. Okay,
Yeah.
Didn't have cell phones. We had.
You had like cassette players, right?
Yeah, I think we had
Literally.
CD players back then too, or they were just coming
They were
out.
just coming out.
Actually, I had my first cell phone in '92. So
Well, you're early.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I had 94 or 5. I got a bag phone for the car.
But anyway,
I still have
my
it.
two favorite artists back then was Sade. Remember Sade?
Nope.
Don't even remember her, do you? And
Garth Brooks.
no.
Oh.
And Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey was big back then.
I
back
listened to Mariah Carey more times than I care to admit.
So that's the original. So Mariah Carey, when she first came out.
Not when she's crazy.
No,
This was
you're not Psycho Butterfly. The old school.
Yeah.
And you know who else I listened to a lot around that same time frame? Very early 90s? Celine Dion. Yeah.
I don't know. There was something about
A lot of piano in those songs and a lot of their music.
Yeah.
I love piano.
I don't know. Mariah Carey back in the day, there was no one better in my opinion.
I mean, it didn't hurt that she could hit notes that no one else could.
Well, the interesting thing, when you're on a submarine, there's a lot of chaos going on, or you haven't slept in 40 hours, I could sit in the rack and play her music, and
Calm right out.
not only that, just like next thing I know, I'm not on a submarine. I'm like in a whole nother place. It's pretty crazy.
So I'm at Mount Fuji, in a base camp at Mount Fuji, in the rack, going to sleep. A friend of mine, John Presnell, shout out to Prez. He's been in a rock band for a long time. This dude, talk about music. This guy takes it to a whole new level. Anyway, side note, he's on Firewatch, so he's walking around the barracks, and all that stuff. And he came by because I had headphones on. I fell asleep with headphones on, and he sat there for a minute listening. And then every time he came by, he'd see what song was playing. The next morning, he says to me, he goes, "What the hell kind of tape are you listening to?" He says, "You had Michael Jackson, the Eagles, AC/DC." He just listed off Led Zeppelin. He's like, "What in the hell are you guys?" Celine Dion. I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know. It's a mixtape."
All right, so we're going
Let's
to
take a look.
compare
Let's take a look.
playlist. All right, so
How are we gonna just go through it? Just go through the playlist?
well, let's go recently played.
So I have a playlist on Amazon Music. It's got like 68 songs in it.
Okay.
That'll like loop,
All right.
And we can just randomly
So
go through these, or
I'm just gonna give you my last 10 songs that played on Spotify. I use Spotify. So you got Eminem. This is Drake, and it's not the songs; it's the playlist. So Eminem, Drake, DJ Khaled, classic rock 70s, AC/DC. What's this one? Top hits.
top radio hits.
Yeah, so let's actually let me do some songs. We got obviously all the classic Eminem stuff.
M&Ms, yep.
Then we got Drake. God's Plan's one of my favorite ones.
Yep.
So I got that one. Let's see. Let's go to the 70s stuff. Classic rock 70s. Highway to Hell. Bohemian Rhapsody.
That's okay.
Right?
It's
Classic.
one of the most classical songs ever.
I don't have a lot of country. I got Black and Black, or Back in Black, Rainbow in the Dark. I got a lot of crazy stuff. So that's kind of my sample of plays.
So you're all over the place.
All over the place.
What's the most common you listen to? Rap, hip hop?
No, probably classic rock.
Yeah, I would say.
I listen to a lot of rap, but classic
Classic
rock.
rock.
Yeah. Although I do listen to a lot of Drake or Drake songs.
Type songs.
Anyway,
So that's good. So mine's pretty wide ranging as well. So mine isn't by artist. Yours is by artist. Mine's
you can
more,
do it by song. That's fine.
yeah, mine's more by songs and stuff. But I got a lot of goofy stuff on here. So
Spit it out.
I go anywhere from let's just go through a couple here.
I'm waiting.
Phil Collins, Journey, Ed Sheeran, John Mayer, Justin Timberlake, Survivor, U2, Imagine Dragons,
Those are artists.
Disturbed.
What about?
No, I'm going through that. I'm going through the artist now. I found it. Five Finger Death Punch, Shinedown, Simon and Garfunkel, Creedence Clearwater Revival,
Yeah,
you know,
classic.
Stones, Crosby, Stills, Nash Young, the Beatles,
The Bee Gees on
Queen,
that list, huh?
Leonard Skinner, Bob Seger, Aerosmith, Kansas. So I got a mix on here of some newer songs that actually are playing on top 40 stations still. And I got a little bit of rap in here. And then I got a lot of old school, Leonard Skinner, Queen, Foreigner, The Police, Billy Joel.
So I'm really curious, like, what do you
Prince.
guys listen to depending on your mood? Like, depending on my mood, when I'm, believe it or not, so when I'm feeling kind of crappy, I listen to, like, songs that make you sad. Right?
Like you double down?
Stuff with meaning.
That's interesting.
Right? And then when I'm happy or when I'm excited or, you know,
Just in a good
obviously, like, I like
Upbeat.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Bohemian Rhapsody, though, that's like one of the songs that when I hear that, man, I don't like the remix. I don't know about you guys. I don't like the remix personally. I like
you gotta go to the original.
I like the original, and that song just gets me jazzed up, man. I remember just a couple weeks ago I was driving into work, and that song was on. I had to sit in my car and listen to the whole thing before I got up and went to work, and I was pumped.
That's one of the songs, if you're driving, you're singing along. 100%. Like, even if you look like an idiot, you're singing along. You know, the old what was it, Wayne's World, right?
Yeah.
When they did the whole deal
Yeah.
there. Yeah, so I'm very similar, but I don't, like when I'm sad and stuff, I'll get into the whole sappy kind of song thing.
Right.
You get into that mode. And what that usually does for me then is make me reminisce about the old days, you know, kind of thing. Really like to get into the classic rock, you know, not heavy metal, but I'll listen to me some Metallica and shit like that. You know what I mean?
See, I don't even listen that hard. Like when I'm at the gym working out,
Yeah. What's different?
I like
You want to get
kick
pumped, right?
upbeat stuff.
Yeah.
So I use Spotify. He uses Amazon Music, which I do have Amazon Music, and I also have satellite TV in the truck. But I think Spotify is my favorite.
That's pretty cool. You were showing me earlier. He's got his laptop sitting here off camera and his cell phone. So he turns his computer on to Spotify, starts playing a song on his computer. It starts playing on his phone. Then he switches it to
Alexa.
the numbnut over there, and then he starts playing it in the house. And a few minutes later, Melissa's calling like, "What the hell are you doing? There's music."
But I'm working on
Zip
adding
it.
more local businesses.
Alexa, stop. She's crazy.
She calls and is like, "What are you doing? There's music coming out. All these echo dots, you know." Yeah, it was funny.
So the nice
It
thing
was
about
funny.
Spotify,
Motivational song too, and she's like, "I don't need motivated right now." That was funny.
it was the Bee Gees "Staying Alive."
Yeah.
Anyway, just funny stuff. But we would really like to know what you guys like to listen to.
Kind of music
so
you like? Yeah.
Drop it in the
We
comments.
play some, but you know, greedy people out there.
Yeah, they want to get
Copyright
paid for it.
We did, however, we just before we did this, I had Mike watch Five Finger Death Punch: Wrong Side of Heaven. That's a pretty popular one for YouTube channels to do reviews on and stuff. I don't know if had you ever seen it before?
No.
The original video. So you got to watch the original video because there's a lot of words on the screen that aren't said in the video that you read along, and it's really got a powerful message about veterans. I would recommend everyone go watch
I think
that.
he can link it in the description.
Oh, I'm sure I can. Yes. We won't get copyrighted for that. But it's a really powerful video, and that's what I really like too, is powerful videos. So the music's great because music can be super powerful, but also the videos that some of these artists make to go along with their videos, or their music is pretty outstanding. So yeah, wide range of songs. I got like 68 songs on here, 63 songs, 4 hours and 32 minutes worth of songs, and if I had to pick one side of things, it's probably more old school classic rock kind of thing, and that mixed in with some motivational kind of newer songs. You've got a lot of the some of the hip. You got a big wide range, right? Because you said I saw classical music on there too. And
Yeah.
sometimes, like when I was younger, I used to put on classical music, like turn it up super loud and go to sleep.
I used to.
Weird, but
I used to listen to a lot of oldies too.
yeah,
A lot of oldies. Like
music is awesome. I mean, it's literally one of the most powerful things out there from a communication standpoint. I think it can, like, there's not a lot of things out there that can instantly change your mood.
Music is definitely
Music
one of them.
is probably the most powerful.
So drop in the comments the stuff you'd like to
Yeah.
listen to, because we'd be really curious to know.
Yeah. Carry on, Wayward Son. That's a play on, obviously, a song. If you don't know, look it up. But Carry On Johnson for the Detroit Lions, too. Just throwing it
Oh,
out there.
nice.
Yeah, they Carry On, Wayward Son. Yeah, that's what they say. Anyway, music moves the world, man. Moves emotion like nothing else. And again, I credit my mom and my stepdad growing up, just giving me a love for all types of music. In the Marine Corps, 1992, sitting in Okinawa, somebody got a video sent over of Garth Brooks live in concert, and it's all we watched for like 3 months.
Nice.
And it was crazy. I mean, that guy too is anything he touches turns to gold.
Yep.
Platinum. Anyway, NWA, right? With the song came out Straight Outta Compton. It just, the music is so powerful, and it just changes culture.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Culture changing, so it's great. All right. So again, leave us below what you like. Go ahead and hit us up with a subscription. Share it with your friends. Get them to subscribe. We want to drive that subscriber count up. We're almost halfway to 100. We want to get to 100 here soon, and then obviously go on from that. So go ahead and get the notification button and leave us a comment.
Sweet.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Tom. Deuces.